Come on. It's fast breaks. Listen. We back with another one.
Fast breaks, yeah, we coming with the takes. Never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights. Man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands. We run 3-man weeks, Paul, Trey, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan. We got love for the game. We don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm the run the fast break. Throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break. Throw me the outlet. We on the break. It's fast break. We on the break. It's fast break. Let's go.
Back with another one. Back with another one. So we back with another one. Wake it up, world. It's your boys. Back again. Ready to take you on another audio adventure. You know who it is. It's your boy, Ro. I'm here with man King Drake. With PRR Sports, a.k.a. Coach Paul. Alan, the man with the plan. Put us together and we make this thing that you may call fast breaks. Outlet!
Yo.
Say that. What's up, fellas? How we feeling this week?
Terrible. Let's keep going.
Jesus.
Let's keep going. Let's keep it going. Today is my flu game.
It's your second flu game, son.
Oh, nah. That's because I'm winning.
This
is a fact.
You need to go on the DL.
That's a fact.
Get one flu game a year. Buzzing.
Listen, I'm really great. I play through injury. I play through career. So.
I ain't never heard of having 2 flu games in a single legacy.
It's crazy.
Paul, how you doing?
Man, I'm chilling, man. I'm eating my Easter bun.
That's funny.
Praise
Resurrection Sunday.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Alan, how we doing?
Good, man. Chilling. Pretty good.
Right,
I like that Paul said Resurrection Sunday. Tell him the reason for the season, my man. Amen.
All right. This is a non-denominational podcast.
Thanks.
Listen, non-denominational still means Jesus in here. Let's go.
Not what that means.
That is what that means. What do you mean? I'm part of a non-denominational church. What are you talking about?
That's not what the word means, but that's not what we pod about. So all the fans out there, various orientations, you are all welcome here to listen to this pod. Y'all know how we started off these days. This week around the league, what did you see? Who wants to start us off?
Jalen Brunson had 61 last night, and Wendy had his first 40 and 20. Yep.
Who's going me? I'm going first?
No, Dre took the Brunson topic.
You got some
61.
61.
All right, let's talk
about Cam Thomas.
Cam Thomas is nice. Cam Thomas is nice. Actually, you're right. You're right. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Since Jacques Vaughn got axed, which is sad because I love seeing my black coaches in the NBA, Cam Thomas has been on one. Let me tell you something. Huh?
Do you?
Do you?
You love seeing a black coach in the NBA? Paul, is that facts?
That is facts. What you mean? What you mean? No, let me hear the allegation.
No, it's a running joke. You know what we talking about. You always calling for the firing coaches. It's the running joke.
The firing coaches? Which coaches am I calling for? Steve Nash? Come on.
No, before that. I forgot who you asked for. Man, you know the running joke. Just keep going.
Who?
I'd like my black coach to be fired.
Crazy.
Man, Darvin. I love the Arthur meme. It's like the other team going on a run. Darvin Ham just sitting there with his hand in his pocket. Couldn't be bothered, bro. Couldn't be bothered.
I mean, I would love him to get replaced with another black coach, but you know,
that's a crazy statement.
That's what the Bucks said too. And then look at them now.
We got another one.
No, I'd take their former black coach.
Really?
That's Heike, who we were gonna hire until the Bucks hired him. People don't know that.
True.
That's crazy.
But anyway, Wemby.
Wemby's nice. He had his first 40 and 20 last night. He's gonna be the face of the league. There's really no fighting it. He's going.
It's crazy. We said it's crazy. We say his first because we're presuming he's gonna have another one. Like we didn't just say he had a. We said he had his first. Like,
yeah, that's
crazy.
That boy might have a 6. Not gonna lie, he might have a 60 and 30 one day.
Calm down.
He might have a 60. Mark my words. Mark my words. When
60 you see and 30.
When you see him have a 60 and 30, at me specifically. I don't care if it
has
takes
anyone
5
ever
minutes or
done
5
that?
years.
I'm looking that up right now.
Nah, I don't think anyone has ever done that.
I don't
Wilt
think anyone
Chamberlain
ever has.
Once.
He did it once.
1967, December 16 versus the Bulls. He had 60 plus.
Oh, my birthday
and 34 boards.
That's insane.
That's insane.
Boards. That's a lot of bricks right there, boy.
A lot, bro. What's going on?
All of the plumbers were
Yo.
Throwing it at the
back.
Yeah.
Oh, nah. He did it. I'm lying. He did it. He did it mad times. He did it mad times.
We sleep on the great, including me. We sleep on the greatness of Wilt Chamberlain.
7, 8,
and we can't say it was mostly.
He did it 9 times.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Bro, he almost had an 80-50.
Oh no.
He had 70. He had 78 and 43.
Here we go.
I'm not trying to validate him, but at that point, like for real, like who are you playing against?
Bro, 78 and 43.
Like that's
who was his competition besides Bill Russell? Who was his competition?
I don't know, buddy. Like you can't even get those numbers in 2K. You just don't have enough time. Like,
bro, he shot the ball 62 times.
12-minute quarters. You don't have enough time.
62?
No one else shot the ball. In the game.
I know how he did it. He just purposely missed. He had to purposely miss, get his own rebound, put it back, purposely missed again.
Yo, I don't know if I had that energy to shoot 62 shots.
You're not 7'1". You don't know what kind of energy this man has. Do you see
shots?
Do you see the fake videos and stuff like that? People are like, I've seen this man bench press 1,000-pound barbell with one hand. Yeah. Every day there's a different stat about Wilt Chamberlain doing something crazy.
The only other player that ever did it was the god George Mikan. He had 61 and 36 against the Rochester Kings.
Shout out to the Mikan drill.
Wow.
I used to do that.
So no one in even late modern or early modern era has ever done this. So
when Wemby does it, it's probably going to be the beginning of his ascension.
Okay. That's the beginning of his ascension, not the 40-20 he had?
No, because right now he's doing it on a garbage team. But he won last night, so there are a lot of I'm surprised he hasn't done it yet. There are a lot of bricks to be had on that Spurs team.
Let me say this, right?
Oh boy.
If they because I'm not gonna say he's crazy or controversial.
Nah, I don't believe you because every time you say let me say this, it's the most controversial thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, whenever you ask for permission,
you the hot takes.
You're asking for permission to violate.
No, honestly though, if they surrounded Wemby with some shooters, they would be like a top 4 seed.
Let me tell you this: if they surrounded him with one specific shooter, they'd be a top 4 team right now.
Too bad he's gonna be a Laker.
I don't know.
I'm not convinced.
Whoa, he's gonna be a Laker.
I'm not convinced.
Kendrick Perkins said.
I don't care what Kendrick Perkins, the man with the worst takes in basketball. Yeah,
it's not a take. He said he knows.
Wait, how does
man? The only thing that man knows how to do is give bad takes and eat sandwiches. I'm not hearing nothing else.
Hot take specialist alert.
So he doesn't. So he doesn't have a phone.
So
he doesn't
what?
get texts.
Who's text? Would you text Hendrick Perkins if you're planning on making a move like that?
Who's
no. Wait, pause on. Answer the question. If you are going to make it, if you're about to make a move like that, are you personally going to text Hendrick Perkins? Who's sending that text?
Yo, why do you think Hendrick Perkins isn't like a cool dude just because he has takes on TV? Like he might be the coolest dude like in the world. Like he probably makes fire barbecue.
He probably has mad connections. He probably has mad connections, but I'm trying to figure out
boy's mad
for a long time.
About Wemby. Like about Wemby.
No, not Wemby, Trey.
No,
it's Trey. He with Trey Young. That's what he's saying.
Okay, Trey. Okay, that I believe, but I thought he was trying to tell us Wemby was going to the Lakers.
No, he thinks Trey thinks Trey's going to go to San Antonio, and he's wrong.
100%.
You're wrong.
He should. No, he would be very nice in.
You think he should want to play with Wemby more than Anthony Davis?
Yeah.
Well, I'll get back to that when I do my around the league this week. Paul.
Honestly, man. Jalen Brunson is going to get an MVP award next year. You heard it here first.
Whoa. Whoa. I thought I was the hot take
first. You heard it here first. You heard it here. That man is
that
nice.
I see a pattern here.
Mm-hmm.
What's the pattern?
With Knicks fans, I see a pattern. It's going to be love.
In 2 seasons, Jalen Brunson is going to be the problem with the Knicks.
He's going to be New York City enemy number 1.
Nah, I'm not hearing that. If he doesn't shoot 30% from the field in the playoffs, then there will be no hate here.
Yo, because if Jalen Brunson has a bad playoff outing this year, and he's not doing it. If you start killing him, Paul, I swear to God, bro.
They gave up on me. That's what he's going to be saying. In 2 seasons.
Listen to me. If he doesn't shoot 30% from the field, which is historically bad, then there will be no problems here. That's all I'm going to say.
I swear.
Anyway, honestly, can I be honest? I high-key forgot Julius Randle was on the team.
He could be a chuck all he wants, but he can't shoot 30% though.
Can I be honest?
He's been hurt, right? He's been hurt.
I know he's been hurt, but Jalen Brunson's stardom has been so prolific that I actually truly forgot there was a star on this team before he showed up there. I've actually truly forgot about Julius Randle completely.
Because he's been hurt.
Not just as an injured player, as a player, period.
He's saying what he's saying is like we're winning games still without
that's exactly what I'm saying.
You have a good roster.
Mm-hmm. You have a good roster, but Jalen Brunson has elevated too. He's looking like AI. He's doing what AI used to do.
Whoa.
I'm lying?
Whoa.
I'm lying?
Whoa.
You're not watching Jalen. See, a lot of people don't watch the Knicks. So that's why
we go. No one watches the Knicks.
A lot of you don't watch the Knicks. So when I talk about the Knicks, people are like, whoa. I'm telling you, look at what he did last night. Look what he's been doing. I'm telling you, it's literally give me the ball, get out my way, ISO, all of that. Maybe a little pick and roll here and there. He's completely taking over the offense with isolation mostly. It's crazy. And he's efficient. But besides that, it's kind of like
from the field, it's decently efficient.
I'm telling you, man. He didn't get 44 or 44 shots. I'll tell you that.
Jesus.
I'll tell you that. But
I like that he was one of the first players in NBA history to have 61 plus points with less than 7 free throws.
Mm-hmm.
That man was getting buckets.
Should have gotten more. But yeah, the thing is, Wemby is just he has gravity unlike anybody I've seen since like Curry on the court. Like the way that's why I said like if you just surround him with some shoot because the way we were playing defense was just like leaving people open and running to try and steal the ball when we got his back turned to the basket. And it was working to a certain extent. But the Devin Vassell, let's show some love to Devin Vassell. He's nice, man. He's a good defender. He looks like an NBA player, like a future fringe all-star type of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So
I mean, larger objects tend to have stronger gravitational pulls.
That is true. That is true. You see that with Wemby, man. Like Wemby
is a 7'6" man on the court. So yeah, I'm gonna have my eyes on him at all times. Where is the Giant? Where is he?
Right.
Where did he go?
Right. And he's so comfortable now. That's what's dangerous. He
knows we talked about last time. He's getting super comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's one of the most, man.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that basketball?
Which basketball?
The one that's currently in someone's San Antonio apartment.
Oh, you talk about the Spurs?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man, the Spurs, they got to get him some shooters, and then
I'm talking about Jalen Brunson's 60-point game ball that is currently in someone's San Antonio apartment.
Wemby threw the ball.
Yeah, they didn't win last night.
Wemby threw the ball into the stands.
Wait, they didn't go and get it back? I saw him throw it. They didn't get him back?
No,
I don't think so. I didn't see that.
Usually they ask for it back, don't they?
He's gone, bro.
I don't know if they asked for it, but I didn't see that part. I just saw Wemby throwing it.
No, Jalen's got to have smoke for him specifically.
He had none.
I feel like Jalen wouldn't even want it
because he lost.
Yeah, I feel like Jalen wouldn't even want it.
He's gonna get 65 at some point. Don't worry about it.
Hey,
but just the gesture, though. How do you feel about the gesture?
They really didn't give it back.
How do you feel about the fact that he threw it?
Nah, okay. When he threw it, he was just so happy because that was. You gotta understand, right?
It wasn't a happy throw. You saw his face.
Yeah,
he looked dead over at the bench and then tossed that John.
Nah, I really didn't get that impression.
Bro, because he didn't like it. It wasn't like the buzzer sound, and it was like throw it up to make sure no one could get it. He caught it, held it. The buzzer sound. He looked at the bench, looked at the crowd. He was like, yeah, and then threw it.
Because he was feeling himself. You gotta understand, like that game was the closest he's ever gotten to playoff basketball or playoff type basketball in the NBA, and he won, and he balled out.
You didn't feel any kind of disrespect about that?
I really didn't think. Nah, I really didn't feel any way about it. Honestly,
because he killed Kyrie when he did it on Jamal Murray's 50 ball.
I don't even remember that game because
Jamal Murray had 40. Jamal Murray had 47. The game was already over, and it was the last few seconds, last possession when you're supposed to dribble it out, let the shot clock expire, and Jamal Murray shot the ball and made the three to get 50. So when the game ended, Kyrie grabbed the ball and tossed it into the stands.
Yeah, but did he do it with the intention of?
Yes.
That's different. That's different. I don't remember that, but that's different, man. You know that's different. I really didn't feel
because Jamal was trying to get the ball. Jamal was trying to get the ball, and Kyrie held the ball. He was like, "Nah,
that's
some
different."
water," and then he threw it.
That's what the Pacers did to Giannis.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I see this Wemby thing the same way. Like, I think he understood the importance of the ball.
Was Kyrie wrong for that?
No.
I mean, it's immature.
It's a little immature.
No, he's not wrong for that. He's not wrong.
But Kyrie did it specifically because he chased that 50 in the garbage time. You know what I mean?
But, which was disrespectful. Yes.
Which was disrespectful. So I could see it both ways, but I probably wouldn't throw the ball to this man.
I would.
I'm just trying to stir it up. I'm not
gonna hold you.
I'm here for some New York San Antonio.
If I saw you do that, it's over.
Bring it back to 99.
I'm throwing that away, and we can go play some 90s defense. Just beat each other up like Draymond.
That's 80s defense.
We'll talk about him. Alan, what'd you think this week?
Yeah, speaking of Kyrie, I think the Dallas is the ones I'm looking at this week. More so than like the week. I think they're on a roll. They're like 9-1. The last
Ray, have you seen to see?
Not this week.
If I'm a playoff team
on vacation, the other half.
Alan land.
If I'm a playoff team, I don't think I want to see Dallas freshmen. They nice.
Not at all.
No, they're looking good. They're looking good.
Kyrie and Luka play so well, so well together now. They're looking nice. They look like they've been playing together for like 3 seasons now.
You know what they look like? They look like the Trailblazers with CJ McCollum and Dame on steroids.
That's a good one. That's a good comparison.
The year they went to the Western Conference Finals that everyone forgets about.
Yes, that's a fact.
Yes.
Who they beat? They beat the Pelicans that year, right? That's what they beat that year.
I think so.
With AD in them. I mean,
it was in the bubble. No. Wasn't it? Oh no! No, they got there twice. They got there twice, right?
They did not.
Who got to the Western Conference Finals?
Conference Finals. No, they did get there twice. There's one year.
No,
There's one year
did
they
not.
had to face off against the Warriors.
No, that's the only time they've ever been to the conference finals.
How far did they get in the bubble?
The first round
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost the Lakers first round.
in 5.
Nah.
Yes, because the second round was the
I
Rockets.
thought that was
lost
Western
in
Conference
5.
Finals.
Yes, yeah. Ferrero's
No,
right.
the Nuggets
Ferrero's
were in the Western
Oh no,
Conference
Pharaoh
Finals.
is right.
right. Yeah.
This was my championship. I know who we beat.
All right, man. That's about
It was the Blazers, then it was the Rock because they made the meme every time that we always lost game 1, and the star player was dancing for some reason, and then we swept them every game after that. They lost 4 straight. So Dame was getting hyphy after game 1, lost 4 straight.
Yeah, I remember that.
Russ was cursing at the crowd. Mind you, the crowd was just family and friends in this. There's just partners and children out there.
That was mad funny.
Yeah,
Oh
like Russ, who are you cussing at like that, bro? So
No, I remember.
Russ starts cussing.
Somebody
I remember
had
they tried
like,
Rondo's
no.
brother got into it too.
That's what I was gonna say. Rondo's brother apparently messed up his hairline, and he was like, "Nah, fuck you, guy. Like, I'm tired of
Bro,
you."
so he's cussing,
next,
he's
bro.
cussing at the crowd, bro. And then they lost 4 straight. Then it was the Denver Nuggets. Jamal Murray got, swifty with a little reverse layup, and then they lost their next 4 straight. AD hitting the game winner. And then Tyler Hero went to do his little snarl,
Yeah.
and then he got dunked on, and they lost in 6. Should have been 5. Danny Green, listen, congratulations.
I remember all this like he was on the team.
brother.
He was on the team. Apparently.
Brother, do you
That
remember? Do you
man
not
was in the
remember
locker room.
what was it? That was a very important year. That championship
That's a fact.
was crucial to my mental health,
That's a fact.
Yes,
That's
it
a fact.
was.
bro. It was gonna go
Yeah.
one way or the other.
Like, if he didn't
I'm
win
glad
that,
you made it
LeBron
through.
had to
That
demand
year
trade.
might have broken Pharaoh for sure. I'm glad you
Oh
made it through.
God,
They would have
dog.
ran LeBron and AD out of LA, man.
No,
If y'all lost against that Heat team, garbage, blow it up.
It's the year. It's the year.
Yeah, forget. We don't. It
Yeah.
didn't matter who was in front. You have to go win this championship
Yeah.
for the sake of the heart of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Rats.
And they did. Anything else you want to say about the Mavericks? Just to add context, they're 9-1 in their last 10, averaging 119 points a game. They beat
I think the
Detroit,
Rockets are 9-1
Chicago, Warriors,
Rats.
Denver, San Antonio, Utah, Sacramento.
Pharaoh's not gonna
Not
talk
the
about
most
the Rockets.
impressive wins.
Yeah.
Not the most impressive
That's
wins, other than Denver. That was a pretty big win.
I think their schedule going forward is not that tough either, so they got a chance to move up to like maybe 5. So I don't
They
know.
lost to
they're going
OKC,
to five, they're going
who
to-
right now, if the players were to start today, would be their matchup. 3-6.
Yeah, so if they could do good in the next few games, they might be able to play someone else, which would be really big for
Listen,
them.
they're not.
Well, the Thunder,
they're trying to get out
Wolves,
of
and
that
Nuggets are.
sixth seed.
Yeah, the Thunder, Wolves, and Nuggets are playing ring around the rosy with the top 3 spots every single day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Minnesota, I think, is number 1 as of last night because they just beat the Nuggets.
They beat the Nuggets.
Mhm.
The Nuggets are copping some losses, bro.
Interesting.
Listen,
That's
I
interesting.
want to see what happens because I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm in the first round, I don't want to see the Nuggets either.
Who does? I think maybe the Timberwolves do, or the Thunder. I think, but they won't because they're the top 3 seeds.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, they wouldn't see them in the first round.
You know who I think? Well, obviously, I'm hoping someone gets them out in the first round. You know who I think has the best shot? Phoenix.
Okay, I see that.
They
I
beat
take it
them-
out the
They beat them the other night.
Mm-hmm. If Phoenix gets the 7th seed and Denver settles in at 2, I think that's a dangerous first round for the Nuggets.
It is. It is. I can't lie. It is. I'm still picking the Nuggets, but that's
Yeah.
I'm
hard.
I can go
praying
7.
for the Suns. I'm praying for the Suns.
I can go 7.
Please get them out of here. Get them out of here, please.
Boy, if the Nuggets were in the NBA,
The play-in is 7 through 10, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if the Suns finish 7th, they would play the 8th seed for the 7th seed, and if they win that, they had the 7th seed outright, and so they would play 2.
Wait
so
a second.
whoever's 2, they would play.
We're in the Lakers right now.
We're 9.
They're 9.
Right now, it goes Phoenix. It goes Phoenix, Sacramento, Lakers, Golden State is the play-in. So Phoenix and Sacramento would play for 7. The winner of that gets 7. Then the loser plays the winner of the 9-10 for 8. So Lakers and Golden State would have to play for a shot at 8. The loser is out. The winner would play the loser of Phoenix, Sacramento.
If you were to say the way it is right now.
Right. I actually yesterday ran myself mad trying to figure out what I thought the ideal scenario for us was. But basically,
ran yourself mad like you're Darvin Ham, and you got to fix it and figure
basically,
it out.
if the Nuggets finish with first, we have to get out of the play-in. pretty much. No, actually, no. If the Nuggets finish first, we need to get to 7. But if the Nuggets finish second or third, we actually might want to stay in 9th.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of work y'all got.
That's crazy.
Because if the Nuggets finish second or third, then we want the 8th seed.
Yeah,
because then we can avoid them for the whole bracket until the conference finals. But if they get first, then we need to get to 7 because we need to get to the other side of the bracket.
That's funny.
I was also looking at who I wanted. That's why I'm cool with Phoenix finishing 7th because let the Nuggets get second and Phoenix finish 7th. So then that's the first round matchup because then they'll beat each other up, right? The Timberwolves and Thunder, whatever, the whole top side of the bracket, that Thunder Pelicans matchup is means nothing. So if OKC gets 1 and the Lakers get 8, right? Then their bracket is OKC first round and then the winner of Clippers Pelicans second round. That's a conference finals trip. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a lot of work I gotta do that.
No, we just have to stay in 9th and hope that OKC gets that first spot. And there's a lot of parity now.
The West from second.
This is one of the better years. That's why going back to a few.
Bro, there's gonna be 6 teams in the West that have 50 wins. We could get 48 wins this year, reasonably.
That's why
people have said we're a bad team.
That's why I said weeks ago when people said the NBA is boring now. Please shut up. Please shut up. This is one of the best years of basketball, man. This is legitimately one of the best years of basketball.
Yeah. Just to round up around the league this week, unsurprisingly, y'all know what I was watching this week. The new Iron Man.
Surprisingly.
The new toughest player in the NBA.
Are you kidding me?
Are you
kidding me?
I watched
Anthony
Davis.
No, it is Mikal Bridges. He didn't take no one took the title from him.
I watched Anthony Davis play his 96 out of his last 100 games and play 52 minutes and have a 30-20 game against y'all's fave, y'all's best player, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I watched Anthony Davis hit 3 clutch frees in overtime, and I watched Giannis miss 4 straight free throws. I watched Anthony Davis block both Giannis from a lob and Dame on a jump shot for a game twice. And I watched Austin Threeves get a 30-point triple-double.
Austin who?
Threeves. Austin Threeves. I watched the Lakers win 5 in a row. I watched the Lakers get 6 games over 500 on pace for a 48-win season. I heard that Gabe Vincent is going to be returning.
Oh, no, that's serious. That's serious.
And so I'm feeling real settled whether we stay in 9th or go up to 7th. Just Denver has to get out of first. That's the only thing I care about. We cannot let Denver get the number 1 seed.
No, honestly.
I took a look at the Kings and Suns roster. The Kings have a very tough roster schedule. The Kings have a very tough schedule coming down the end of the season. So the end, to bring it beyond Lakers, I'm watching the play-in situation in the West very closely. I've been watching the Suns games, watching the Kings games, watching the Warriors games, and we're about to get to something I saw in the Warriors games. But also, the Warriors are messing up my bet because they are letting the Rockets creep their way up.
Not the Warriors. Draymond Green is messing up everything.
And so let's get into it. So in watching the play-in situation, obviously, like I said, I'm watching Warriors games very closely. And I see the first quarter of this Golden State Warriors Orlando Magic game, maybe at the 9-minute 30 seconds mark. And Draymond gets upset about a call that actually had nothing to do with him. It was a foul called on another player, but Draymond took umbrage with the official, and he made slight incidental physical contact with the official, but we all know, according to the rule book, that's an automatic tech. Draymond didn't like that. Draymond did Draymond things. Draymond said Draymond things. Draymond said some Kelly Oubre things.
Yes.
And he got another tech.
Briefly, and your grandma, and
briefly, because it's been talked about so much, just to lay the foundation of what we're gonna talk about. What do y'all like? What is y'all reaction to yet another Draymond incident on this season? Just quick reaction. Just another data point.
Theory.
Go ahead, sir.
Oh, here we go.
My king. Remember those words. Remember those words, man. Remember those words. He said, "My king." I don't think the antics are unrelated. His devotion to LeBron James goes beyond his devotion to potentially his team, his family, maybe even his God.
His family.
He said, "My God, my king, my king." He doesn't care about any of that. He doesn't care. He has a secured spot on the Lakers. When you said you have a superstar coming, when Kendrick Perkins said he has a superstar coming,
he said young. He said young. He said young.
Everyone's young to Kendrick Perkins.
This guy's crazy, man.
Unbelievable.
Let me tell you something. LeBron did one phone call, and he said, "Whatever you do, let them in." And he said, "Yes, my king." And since then, he's been acting because the things he's doing makes no sense. The things he's doing makes no sense. It really doesn't. It's purposeful. You don't want a kid when you're like in middle school and like teachers are like, "Oh, the only way you can get a 0 is if you know every right answer and choose the wrong one." That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
I've never heard that in my life.
In my life. Who said that? Who said
You've never heard that?
Which teacher said that to you?
I wanted to test a theory, man. I wanted to test a theory.
Oh man.
But also it was in Into the Spider-Verse, so pay attention next time you watch that movie. But
other reactions.
That's my theory.
To Draymond, like just another incident in the Draymond saga this year.
The first comment that we see after that, by the way, is bronze-sexual theories.
But to Draymond, like there's gotta be something going on in his personal life or something, because
has to be right.
It's gotta be, because it makes no sense. Like we've seen him act up in the season before, but he's always been able to like wrangle himself and like at least like be able to like have a straight path ahead in the season. But he just keeps doing like nonsense this season. Like we've seen him like get texts and like be out of the like get like the 16 technical foul mark and be suspended. But like this is like feels different to me. Like it feels like he's like just angry as hell this season. You know what I mean? It's not like he has like real anger towards everybody. He just wants to smoke with everybody, and I don't know why. It's weird. It's not just like him getting mad at calls. Like he just wants to smoke with people. Like you just said, like the technical foul that he just got, it wasn't even a call towards him. Like, why you fine with a ref for a call that wasn't even like your call? Like, get the game, go play the game, bro. Like at this point, you're just costing your team. And Draymond is like the type of player where winning is above all. So I don't understand why he's doing this. It's gotta be something outside the game. He's gotta be going through something in his personal life. He looks a little bit like more like, for lack of a better word, he looks a little more like raggedy. He usually does. But when I say that, I want to be clear. I want to be clear when I say that. I want to be clear when I say that. In the past, like he not walking the same. He looked a little bit more sad in the face. He letting his stubble grow out. His stubble got more gray in it than usual.
Hella gray.
Yo, hella gray.
Like he looked kind of crazy.
You
bro.
see, your grandma would call him a ragamuffin. Would Nana call him a ragamuffin?
I couldn't find. You might. I couldn't find like nothing better, like a better word. Excuse my language, but like he looked rough. Like there's something going on with him in his personal life. He might.
You know what's going on with him?
At the end of the season. What?
It's not in his heart to sell out this way, so he has a conflict. Remember the episode of
Stop.
Avatar: The Last. Remember the episode.
No
wait.
more.
Remember the episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender when Zuko did one good thing and immediately got sick. This was what's happening to Draymond Green. He has to sell out, and his body can't take it.
He has to sell out. It's crazy.
Oh, quick reaction to just another Draymond incident. Just how are you feeling about him?
Draymond, I'm mad, man. That something is. Listen, first of all, it was at first I thought it was selfish, right?
Yeah.
And now thinking about it days later, it's a selfish act, but I don't think it comes from a selfish place. Like I thought. I think Allen. I'm not gonna act like I know his life or psychoanalyze him, but Allen did make some points. Like something is wrong, man. Something is wrong. Think about it. When that man punched Jordan Poole, did you remember that video?
Of course. That was a real life punch. That wasn't like a teammate.
No,
like he
snuffed him, rocked him. Like that was crazy, and he did it.
Michael Jackson and Chris Tucker.
Yeah, like he like.
I wanna rock with you.
He really like. He sized him up a little bit, but he didn't push him. He went directly to one of the most violent acts that you could do with no weapons in your hand.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like there was no elevate. Like it just elevated suddenly. So I think he got some anger going on.
You don't have to elevate when you're already there.
Right. But he should have get there that quick. Right. You know what I mean? Like
you don't have
to. The escalation to full Draymond mode has seemed fast this year.
Yes.
Like he goes from like slightly disturbed to like all out like rage mon.
Yes. So I think he got anger issues or something going on, and because he's been so used to like the winning that he had something. He still had something to rely on in a way, but now that they're losing and all of that, it's like he's already like tight. You know what I mean? Like every game is a dog fight with them now.
I want to stay on that. I think to what Alan said earlier, he's always been able to rein it in. There's always been something important at stake, right? In all of his past moments, I think after the 2016 suspension, they went on to win 3 championships after that. So there was always something at stake that, to Draymond's credit, he was never willing to ever sacrifice again. But these last 2 years, there really hasn't, right? Like last year, they were not that good. This year, they're even worse, right? So like what's at stake is a playoff spot. And I want you to remember this because this is what he determines as what's at stake. Other players on his team, I think, feel like there's more at stake than maybe he does. And I think that's why some of them are frustrated because it looks like he's making decisions as if there's nothing to play for. Meanwhile, other players on his team are playing their god darn hearts out for some things. But on a quickly reaction to this theory, I don't know if any of you have ever owned pets, specifically dogs, but do you know one of the signs for when an old dog is starting to go a little senile and may need to get put down?
A little more anger.
No, in cats, it's inclusiveness. Is it the same thing in dogs?
No, it's the opposite.
Oh, really?
Random acts of aggression. Dogs that were otherwise great family dogs, all of a sudden getting territorial, all of a sudden randomly lunging and attacking, becoming food aggressive, growling, snarling. Those are the signs of an old dog that's just beginning to lose it a little bit.
Hmm.
When you've let, I'm just saying, when you've let someone sort of play.
Are you saying he's dying?
I'm just saying when you've let, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you've let someone play in the gray area for so long, like to Draymond's credit, it's hard to hold the line, right? Like he's been asked, like here's the thing. We say the Warriors have allowed him to play in the gray area and walk the line.
Yes,
they've also asked him to do that.
Yes.
Like that's his role, right? Is to be that guy. Doing that for years, having to like play this tough balancing game of your emotions where like you lean into them for the sake of playing well, but have to like guard yourself from never overstepping.
Mm-hmm.
Is it out of the realm of possibility that you can fatigue from doing that?
Yes, it's very possible.
And that your filter, I mean, you have to replace your coffee filter after a few cups, right? You can't just keep running hot water and coffee grounds through the same filter for years, because what happens? The filter's gonna rip and it's gonna break, right? So he's been playing this game and having to manage himself with precision for many, many years now, and he's older. There's less at stake. And so I think it's, he said this when he came back from the 16-game suspension, like he's not going to turn it all the way off because then he's just not a good player anymore. Right?
That's terrible. When your best contribution to a basketball team is aggressiveness.
No, it's not. It's
only aggressiveness.
His ability to play well in his skill set comes from his demeanor. Right? So he can't just turn that all off. So if you fatigue of being able to play, but you're not going to turn it all off, there's only one place to go. Complete release. Could it be that he's just too tired? He's too long in the tooth to actually effectively regulate himself anymore.
I'll say this, right? What you're saying logically makes sense, but at the same time, part of me thinks back. He's not the first enforcer in the NBA. You know what I mean? And we've seen enforcers age gracefully.
When they did what, though? What did they do?
It works on their game?
No, they all got to a point in their career where they turned it off. Ron Artest turned it off. Kenyon Martin turned it off.
He didn't turn it off.
Ben Wallace.
He didn't turn it off.
Udonis Haslem didn't either.
On the Knicks,
he stopped playing.
You said what?
He brought up Udonis Haslem. I said he stopped playing.
Yeah.
Notably after what? Udonis Haslem, before he completely became a coach, basically, he had a few incidents.
Yes, he is.
Dwight Howard, Tyler Hansborough, like he was out there knocking heads, and shortly after he stopped playing, really. And then what happened? How many fights did Udonis Haslem get into from the bench?
Yeah. Confrontations.
Right? So there's kind of this, like when you are one of those guys, like, and you get to age, like I think it becomes a little harder to regulate yourself, so you either turn it all the way off or it just starts spilling out all the time. You know, they say, oh, folks get stuck in their ways, they lose their filter, they start saying how they really feel. I think the same could apply to behavior. Like, if you were a guy that used to like,
and he's not actually. He's just old for the NBA. He's not actually old.
But that's what I'm saying. So, like, his NBA filter, his NBA behavior regulation, he may just be aging out of being able to do it anymore because he just doesn't care. There's not enough at stake. He's been doing it for so long. It's either you turn it all the way off or you just start not giving.
You know what's crazy though? He's old, but he's not that old, honestly. Like 12
that's
years.
What I just said.
12
not that old.
Years.
It's a long 12 years though. It's 6 final strips.
True. I don't know.
It's I think long 12 years, 6 final strips, bro.
Charles Oakley played a long time. He was an enforcer. Like I said, Kenyon didn't turn it off. I'm telling you, he was still that guy.
After he left the Nuggets,
he still played meaningful minutes.
Yeah, but
Draymond is 34.
He wasn't the rah guy anymore.
I don't
The way
know,
he's
man.
playing right now, you would think he's older than Steph and LeBron combined. Like he needs to stop.
In basketball years,
Disagree.
remember he was a college guy.
Raggediness.
Draymond wasn't a one and done guy. He's not like the typical. He's 34.
Yeah, he's 34.
34 is relatively young
In life, but I'm talking about for basketball habits. Like that's elder age basketball.
Especially for
habits.
someone with Draymond's skill set, that's not really young.
Honestly, see, I'm glad you brought up skill set. Honestly, if he just links up with lethal shooter and gets his 3-point shot back,
it's too late.
It's not too late. Nah.
But all right. So instead of trying to analyze Draymond, let's get to what we really want to talk about here. I'm glad we sort of reacted to it. Loyalty. People in this Fast Breaks podcast family have said loyalty is very important to them. If you come from certain neighborhoods, if you're of a certain culture, loyalty is a very important thing that's emphasized in your rearing. Sports, loyalty is an often discussed topic. But I think anyone who's had close relationships based in loyalty know that your loyalty gets tested. Right, that's where holding it down comes from. That's what the phrase 10 toes down refers to. Is it's easy to be loyal in the good times, but can you be loyal when it goes left? Right.
Shout out to 50
Kendrick Lamar once said, "When shit hits the fan, is you still a fan?" Right.
What Nate Dogg say? Yeah.
Are you down? You know what I'm saying? And so we've had several moments in the NBA history where loyalty has come up and folks' loyalty has been analyzed. I think franchises, the topic of franchise loyalty to certain stars and players has been a very frequently discussed thing in the last decade. But if we're talking player to player, right? I think in the past decade, there has been no perceived tighter nucleus than the Warriors. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, the Spurs last decade, but I would say in this decade, 2010 to 2020, there's no nucleus. There's no band of brothers that one could argue appears to have been tighter, more family-like, more closely associated than Draymond, Steph, and Clay.
Absolutely.
Right? I think this is the first time in that legacy, I think all sides of that throuple, if you will, the loyalty has been tested. I think on one hand, there's a clear decline and separate. I mean, there was always a separation between Steph and the other two, talent-wise, right? But I think this year, the gap is wider than it's ever been. I think Steph is still squarely in his prime, which means his priorities and his objectives are that of a Hall of Famer in their prime, where all the sound bites from Clay sound like a concession to a fall off. He's not comfortable with it. He's struggling with it, but it sounds like he's at the least admitted to himself, with the help of Steve Kerr, we've heard, that that's what's happening, that he's at the tail end of it, and he's trying to just do it for the love and to compete. That's a very different motive than a Hall of Famer who's in their prime. And then Draymond, all the things we've just discussed, don't sound like a player who's locked in and trying to win something, trying to play for something. So for Steph, I asked you all the questions. What is the limit of loyalty? We just saw him, when Clay was going through it, we saw Steph every game. Come on, bro. Come on. Trying to get it when Clay didn't want to talk to nobody. He's fuming on the bench. He's fuming at himself. Steph was the person on the team trying to bring Clay back in. The game we saw Draymond got kicked out. Draymond getting kicked out is not new to Steph, but for some reason this time it seemed to like really disturb him.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw the frustration. I don't know if you've ever cried out of frustration, my brothers, but do you know like the strength of the frustration you have to feel to be moved to tears? Like being sad is one thing, being angry is another thing. Like it's pretty easy to get to tears with those emotions. To get to tears with frustration and disappointment, something irks you at your core.
Different level of high blood pressure.
Right? So for him to be pushed to tears out of frustration in the middle of a basketball game to the point where, and this is one thing I'll say about Steve Kerr knows his guys, man. He absolutely, like, they don't have the same thing he knows. Steve Kerr made a point to come over to Steph. He didn't want to make it too much of a big deal, but I saw it in Steve's face. Like, he was like, oh, nah, like my dog, my main dog, my big dog, like, I got to get him because this is messing him up. You know? And he came over, he tried to pat his back. What are the limits for Steph to his loyalty? Like, is it I ride with him till this thing falls off the wheels? Or at some point, would he be justified in going into, you know, those brothers' office, those owners, the brothers whose name I forget right now, and having a conversation? What say you?
Mike Dunleavy and them.
Yeah, I'm talking about the owners, the brothers. I forget.
Myers brothers. Even though I don't think they own the team anymore.
No, Myers was the name of the last GM.
GM. Yeah,
Mike Dunleavy took his spot.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the owners. But y'all, what do y'all think? What would Steph be justified in doing, or what are his obligations?
What would he be justified in doing? He'd be justified in being like, listen, I need help, but I don't think he's going to do that.
Lacob, the Lacob brothers. Joe Lacob.
Yeah, Lacob.
Joe Lacob. I don't think he's going to do that for the very reason. I mean, these aren't just his teammates. These are truly his brothers. You go 6 finals together. You've been on the team
your whole career.
Your whole career. You know, you're known as the trio, even though there's like a step between Steph and these guys. But I think the frustration comes down to, I think watching, for whatever reason, watching Draymond get kicked out so early against a team that Steph probably went in and be like, you know, this is one we're going to win. I'm locked in. And they ended up winning.
I think he was thinking this is going to be a tough game. We need you because the Magic are a really good Eastern Conference team right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. But my point is, regardless, like he's looking down the barrel and be like, this is the end. They about to be up out of here. I'm about to be me for the first time. And I think he's really starting to realize that.
What do y'all think? What are the limits of loyalty? What could he do and be justified, or what does loyalty dictate that he must do?
For me, I'll go first, Paul. For me, I think he would not be justified going to the front office and telling them to like trade Draymond on like his behalf. And the reason I say that is because we talked about it earlier, and I forgot. This is a good point that you made, Pharaoh. You said that the role that asked Draymond to take this for all these years is to be an enforcer. And obviously he's getting a little bit out of hand now, but to subsequently trade him for just being totally into that role at this point, after all the success that it brought you, I think that'd be a disservice to Draymond. Especially because at this point in his career, Draymond could still do the things that he's been able to do, which is be the guy that gets Steph Curry the ball. He was still like by the numbers, he was still a top 10, 15 defensive player this year, I think, in the games that he's played. I've heard like other people say it, like the people who vote for NBA and all that. I've heard people say that if he met the number of games played, that they would vote him for like maybe all NBA second team defense, all NBA defense second team. So about his own standard, Draymond can still play and is still a net positive on the court. And even with all his antics and everything he's done this year, he can still play. So I think if I'm Steph Curry, I gotta play with him until the wheels fall off, like you said, Pharaoh. To trade him now at this point for all these antics, after you ask him to do this for his whole career, I think that'd be a terrible look. And especially if I'm Steph Curry, it's just too much chemistry I'm giving up there. Steph Curry, I'm pretty sure Steph Curry at this point doesn't even want to trade him because like no one else plays with Draymond as good as Steph does. Or I may say that backwards. No one plays with Steph Curry as good as Draymond is. Draymond and Steph have such a good chemistry. Draymond knows exactly where Steph wants to go to get the ball. Draymond knows exactly how to pass it to him. So you got to do it until it becomes like literally unsustainable where even when he's on the court, you guys are just too bad. But because of the fact that when he is on the court, y'all still play so well together, you got to keep him. I think it'll be such a negative thing if now after all these years, Steph Curry just was to trade him. That'd be crazy to me.
So here's the right. Andre is kind of right in saying he could do whatever because I understand what you're saying, Alan, about how he kind of like owes Draymond in a way, but because of what he's done in his career for Steph, but there is no loyalty in sports anymore. It started with these moves that the GMs have been making for years, but on the players' end, there was always a loyalty still due to, I guess, the emotional aspect of the game because these guys
spend more time with your teammates than you do your family.
Right, but not just
when
that.
You're a professional.
But not just that. It's the fact that you grow up looking up to this organization and looking at how things go in this organization, and you want to do it in the way that the people that you looked up to did it. So you want to stay with your team for your whole career if you're a star. You want to stay with the organization and be known as one of the greatest players for that franchise ever, right? And in order to do that, you got to stay there for a long time. So it used to be like that, and then we saw LeBron leave, right? Then we saw KD leave. So now it's not just lack of loyalty on the GM side, it's lack of loyalty on the player side as well.
Two organizations, though. Not so two organizations, though. We haven't seen it so much player to player, except for some other examples we're going to get into. But so continue your point.
Right. But at the same time, it's like these organizations, they are the teams and the players are part of the team. So you can't. I personally believe you can't separate the two. But I understand what you're saying. It makes sense. So, but yeah, there's no loyalty, right? So for Draymond, for Steph to go and say, okay, I want to trade Draymond and Klay, right? It will be wild. Don't get me wrong, it'll be wild, but he is Mr. Warriors. That's Stephen Curry. He is above everybody that ever played for the franchise. He's the greatest warrior ever, one of the greatest players ever, the greatest shooter ever. So he could do whatever he wants to do. Because
he could, but he'd be right though.
I'm about to get there.
Would he be right or would he be justified? There are two different questions.
Right? No. I'm saying
justified.
I'm saying he would be justified in doing it because no matter what Draymond did for Steph did more for Draymond. Right?
That's a fact.
More.
That is a fact.
Right? But now, should he do it? Right?
And will he?
With Klay and Draymond.
We don't know about the will, but
yeah, with Klay and Draymond. With Klay, it's an easy no because Klay has accepted the bench role, right? Now I know he's been switching back and forth recently between the bench and the starting position, but that's more a critique on the team itself, which I'm about to get to as well. The team is not surrounding him is not getting the job done. It's not like it's not just Draymond and Klay.
I know, but I think
no. I'm getting
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there. Right. So the team is not getting it done, and because of that, now we look at the guys that have been there and say, "What are you guys doing?" Now with Klay, if he's gonna be on the bench because he was averaging like 20 off the bench or something like that, he could still be a serious contributor to a playoff for a championship contending team, right? He's not what he used to be, but he's still very good, right? Him going to the bench is going to elongate his career. So he could stay. Draymond now. The thing with Draymond is this. Draymond to me, and it's similar with Westbrook, your jump shot is what makes you it will put you in a different stratosphere, right? The best years of both Westbrook and Draymond's career is when they were shooting at a more efficient rate, right? Draymond still, to an extent, wants to play like how he was playing when he had KD, and he shouldn't have been playing like that in the first place. And that's part of the problem. He holds back the offense. Defensively, he's still good, but he holds back the offense, right? Which is why I know, Alan, you said he's a net positive. When I look at all these guys on ESPN and all of that, and all these analysts, they say he's not a net positive anymore because of the fact that offensively he's not
a liability.
And all the
I would push back on not having an impact. He's still their best facilitator on the team by miles.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, you're facilitating to just Curry, and that's why I said like everybody else on the team.
I think everyone that eats on the Warriors owes a lot of their production to what he does with the basketball.
Kuminga doesn't benefit from Draymond like that.
Yes, he does.
No,
a little bit. Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't. Not really. When you see how he plays and how he produces, it's very much like with the ball in his hands.
But what I'm saying about facilitator is Draymond is still the organizer out there. So the positions that Kuminga is in and the ball finding him where it does, that's all Draymond.
You say the ball finding him, but it's not like he's catching and shooting at some efficient rate.
No, but back to what we talked about before, like positioning matters, plate spacing matters. Like Draymond is the guy that sets on. Now you could say Steve Kerr, but in terms of like on the fly, on the court coaching, like Draymond is that for their offense. He's the captain. He puts everyone in position.
Right, but if you're not contributing offensively yourself, now we got to look at you. If we are a team that lacks scoring, now we got to look at you like, is that enough? That's why all these analysts are saying he's a net negative. Now, to me, if you trade Draymond and put him in a beneficial situation, I don't think you're necessarily violating him, because at the end of the day, it is a business. There is no loyalty in sports. If Curry was trash right now, they would look to trade him. They might take a while.
I don't know.
Well, maybe they would, but I would speak down on them as an organization. I would.
You could say that. But it is a business.
Can I push back on that thought just for a quick second? Because how I say it, low key, they already made like the choice. You know what I mean? Like, remember, like they Warriors are kind of like working on two. Yeah, they're working on like two timelines. They already traded away Jordan Poole, Wiseman. That's the number I was thinking of. Wiseman. They traded Wiseman, and they just now given Kuminga the start. But before that, they had extended Draymond already. They gave Curry obviously that big contract, which was deserved. And I think they just extend Clay, or they're about to?
I don't think. I think it still hasn't been decided.
Okay.
Which is what I was gonna say for Clay, like. In this array of like what Steph should or should not do, like does Steph have a obligation out of loyalty to at a certain point walk in that office and say, why haven't you signed Clay yet?
That's a very good question.
It's both ways, right? We could say like, he shouldn't go in there and say trade them, but does loyalty actually say more than that? Not just don't tell them to trade him. Should you be going in there and telling them, hey, what's good? Like, why is Clay not signed yet?
As a business, if you want to do, because again, it is a business, no more loyalty. If they don't believe in Clay, if they don't believe in Clay, they will trade him. If they don't,
I want to move away from the organization though, because I think you're right.
Wait. I know.
But the players' relationship with each other. Like I'm
getting to that right now.
The focus more. Yeah, but let's get there. I want to move the focus more.
Hold on. Let me finish. Right there, if they don't believe in him, they're gonna trade him. So if you're Curry, would you not be looking out for your brothers if you actually go into the office and try to influence the trade to a beneficial situation for them?
Well, then, all right, that's the question then. I want to talk about not the organization's perspective. I want to talk about what Steph's actions or inactions might mean in significance in regards to his relationship with these two players under the context of loyalty to teammates.
Well, let me say,
right? Like, does being loyal as a sports teammate brother require or prevent Steph from doing any certain thing in this situation. Forget the organization, but his relationship with Clay, his relationship with Steph, how we feel about Steph in terms of our evaluation of him being loyal or not, whether there's loyalty in sports or not, how we feel about it, what we would say about that move. Is there anything he's required to do or prevented to do? That's what I'm asking. Like, how would we look at it? How would we look at it? Paul says no because he has no expectation that any teammate is going to be loyal to each other. That's a take. I could hear that. I think I would look at Steph a little crazy, like just to put an actual affirmative opinion out there on this to help maybe we can bite off. I personally feel like unless Clay, no grown man is required to get in other grown men's business, right? In terms of like your financials and shit, right? I feel like it all has to do with if they come to him.
That's what I was going to say.
And I feel like if the Warriors,
who's they? The organization?
The organization makes a move and doesn't consult him, all blame on them, and then we could talk about whether the organization is loyal even to Steph by doing that, right? That's a different conversation. If the Warriors come to him and try to be responsible or loyal and say, we won't do anything here until you give a say-so, because these are your brothers, but also you're Mr. Warrior, like you said, so we're not going to do anything without asking you. If the Warriors put on the table in front of him, should we re-sign Clay or should we trade? Should we trade or should we cut Draymond? If that is put on in the table in front of him, what do y'all feel like he has to say in terms of loyalty without us looking at him crazy?
If I'm being honest, I personally think it's already been put in. Look at those tiers, man. I think those options have already been.
You think he's rolled already, and that's why he's mad?
Yes.
I mean, Draymond getting the contract that summer.
Yeah, you might be right.
One could surmise that might have ran by Steph.
I think they ran it by him, and they were like, "Listen, if he stays up, we got you." And he's like, "Good, just make sure you do right by my guy." But Steph, you make sure he does right by us. And he's like, "I got you." And now he's going to the team, and now he's like looking at the team and getting frustrated because he can't keep Draymond under control.
Because he put his neck on the line, and they gave him a $100 million contract.
Correct.
And this is how you repay me. Which is the other side. What about loyalties in reciprocation? I said Clay is conceded, which could be looked at as a move of loyalty. Let me not be a bit selfish, and let me just do what the team needs. Is what Draymond is doing a lack of loyalty to Steph? If, like you said, Steph may have put his neck on the line to get Draymond that contract.
Absolutely. 100%.
Low key, yeah.
100%. And that's why I'm telling you. That's why I said the statement I said before. Draymond's devotion to LeBron James exceeds.
But jokes aside, though, like we do have to start looking at it that way, right? We've been looking at it.
No,
the media
really
has looked at it from a leadership standpoint. The media has looked at it from a Draymond and winning standpoint. Does Draymond owe Steph better than this?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Paul, do you have the meme? Do you have the meme of afterwards where Draymond dapped him up at the end of the game after they won?
Bro, don't dap me, bro. Like, don't.
I don't have
that man had a smile on his face. He had the most mischievous
because he knows
smile
Steph's always going to bail him out.
It wasn't a mischievous smile. It was that.
Yeah, it was mischievous. Yeah.
That's why I said it was.
It's always I know you got me. I know it don't matter. You got my. It's like big bro came to save me again. But at a certain point, bro, you're gonna be tight. Like, yo, this man is always. I always have to do this. Like,
listen. Here's my thing, right? And that's that smile is a big reason why it wasn't a mischievous smile. It was a happy smile, and that's a problem. He doesn't know. He doesn't view himself as the problem. Yeah. Right? Tim Legler said this too. He doesn't. He's always putting himself in some type of victim role. Like he's not like accountable for his own actions at all. And that's what he thinks that he was right in calling that man what he called.
No. He said on his podcast he deserved to be ejected.
We don't believe him. I don't believe Draymond.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
We don't believe you, man. We don't believe Draymond. Anybody could say anything. A lot of these NBA players be lying.
Let's imagine he did. Let's imagine he did, and is like leaning on. I know Steph going to take care of it. Does that get foul at a certain point?
No, that is
foul right now.
That's
foul right now.
Big
foul right now. Are you kidding? Is that a joke?
Foul.
Like y'all didn't see it as almost like corny and annoying when Steph walks in a tunnel and Draymond has the night celebrate. Like,
yeah,
Curry,
you don't get to ride with that. Like, you can't act like
he won the game.
He was still mad. He was still mad because his coach after the game was still a little angry about it.
That's right, bro. I've never seen Steph this emotional before, bro. He's kicking chairs the whole season. He's been screaming.
And for the record,
yelling.
For the record, he didn't like miss a shot where they were down. He nailed a shot in somebody's face and kicked the living daylights out of a chair. That man is tight.
Because he's at that point in his career where he's like, yo, like I'm holding on to my prime with everything I have.
Yes.
Like.
Yes. Which is what, okay, here's the thing, right? I don't think that because I know you don't want me to talk about the organization, but I can separate it.
No, but that's not really the topic though. We're talking about how we would view Steph's decisions.
So the scenario,
the organization's decisions. How would you view Steph's decisions? So I'll just put it straight. Would it be foul if the Warriors ask Steph, "Are you cool with us trading Draymond?" and he says yes? Would that be foul?
I don't think they're gonna honestly go to him and be like, "Do you?"
But let's just.
I think you know what I think they're gonna do.
Hypothetical to analyze loyalty. If they do that, is he foul if he says yes?
I think he's foul if he says yes. At this point,
you think he's got to be like, "No, I'm a ride with him."
At this point, because it's been 1 year of him being this extreme. I think you can't kick him out right now.
It's not that
okay. What about Clay? If they come to him this summer and say, "We don't think we're gonna offer Clay a contract," does he put his neck on the line again potentially and say, "Nah, I need Clay to get that contract"?
Yeah, because with Clay specifically, we've seen him do better in a bench role. Clay has been open to taking a bench role, so he especially with Clay will be foul.
So now, what if it gets tricky? What if they say, "Listen, we've offered Clay a vet min and he won't take it"? Does Steph go the extra step to say give him what he wants?
I wouldn't say give him what he wants, but make the number work, bro. A vet min at this point in Clay's career, that's kind of disrespectful. That's kind of disrespectful offer.
20?
Especially when
20 mil a year?
Listen to me.
Yeah,
is Klay Thompson worth 20 mil a year right now?
Yeah, because your cap space, the way your cap space.
For how many years? How many years?
Say,
a 2-year contract? A 3-year contract? Draymond just got 100 mil for 4.
Yeah, and I think they're regretting that.
Yeah, but that's my point. At this point, giving Clay 20 or vet minimum is not going to change the effects of the roster because your cap space is your cap space. So if you tell me you want to let Clay walk and we can't even improve the roster after that, and you let my man's walk and we can't even improve the roster, so you let him walk for nothing, then that's foul. If I'm Steph,
you've been heavy on his loyalty has been pushed to the boundaries. Do you feel the same with Clay? If they walk in there and say Clay wants 30 because we just gave Draymond 25 a year, but we're not giving Clay 30, how do you feel about it? What do you feel like Steph is justified in saying?
Get the hell out of here.
To Clay or to the owners?
To the owners. 30 after giving 20 off the bench? Are you crazy? Yes. What kind of question? Look at these other 6 men in the league. Look at what they're doing. Look at the lack of what they're doing, and look at what he provides you. It's the same thing with Russ coming off the bench. When you get these
Russ is on the 12.
Which is, I mean, listen, for the way the media has been slandering him over the last few years, it's understandable. Clay hasn't gotten that treatment yet, and he's had somebody in his corner where Russ has not.
But if we're an organization and we go market value, right? A former MVP, Russell Westbrook, signed a 1-year deal with the Clippers for $12 million, and you want us to give you a multi-year deal, and he was a starter at that time when they signed him for that. That was before Harden, and you want us to give you a bench player $30 million a year for multiple years?
Are we talking
even less? Russ signed. Wait, I even inflated it more. Russ signed a 2-year, $8 million deal, bro. He's getting $4 million a year, bro. Russell Westbrook is getting $4 million a year. If Clay walks in that office and asks for $30 million a year,
there's more to that though. There's more to that. It's because
Russ signed the biggest contract in history before Jalen,
so
he doesn't care about.
Okay, but we're talking about negotiation and market value.
Wait, Russ was only able to sign for that much because he's still technically under contract from where he already was. He had to buy out. So according to CBA, he couldn't get another contract. They could only sign him for like the minimum. You know what I mean?
Okay,
that makes
fair
sense.
enough.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
I don't know if
doesn't
that's
have those
true though.
parameters.
Wait a second.
He got bought out by the Jazz,
Is
remember? Unless that expired already. I don't know if that expired. But he got bought out by the Jazz.
there was only a year left on it.
Wait a second. You see how y'all end up talking business when we're supposed to be talking loyalty? And you told me we were talking about loyalty.
No,
you see,
but
because you can't separate it.
Hold on. But we're not analyzing whether the contract is right. We're not going too deep in that. We're just creating the scenario to see what Steph feels like he should say. If we were playing with numbers. If let's take numbers out of it. If Clay asks for some number that the Warriors feel like he doesn't deserve, should Steph be like, give him what he wants?
Isn't it out of Steph's hands? It's out of Steph's hands.
I'm asking if it gets put in his hands. If the Warriors come to him,
put in his hands. That's impossible. It's up to Clay and the organization.
No, but I'm saying if they are stuck on a number, Clay's like, this is what I want. The Warriors are like, we're not ready to go that far. But in thinking about whether they are, they ask Steph, hey, we don't really know if we want to match this number. How do you feel about it? I understand we're playing in hypothetical land, but that's the conversation, bro. Like,
that's not a question about Steph's loyalty. That's a question about Clay loyalty. That's about Clay.
Okay, I like that. Let's go there. So should Clay come back and be like, should Clay out of loyalty take whatever number the Warriors offer?
That's the real question.
Hell no. I'm playing hell no.
Say more, Alan. Say more. I like this.
Listen. If I'm Clay, me, Steph, Draymond built this. Literally built.
We put a lot of millions in your pockets, Joe Laker.
Literally, they just built a new arena off the work. Primarily Steph, of course, but they just built a new arena. That I remember when they were building it up. Every time we open ESPN, all ESPN kept saying is, "Oh, the Warriors got a new arena. It's going to print money. It's going to print money."
Yes, that's exactly what they said. Yeah,
they kept saying every time I open the TV, and now you telling me
I've also
after
seen
all
that
that
arena
work,
in person in San Francisco. The location that it is in, like
it's nice.
It's money. Not even just it's nice. I haven't seen the inside, but I'm saying I went to the neighborhood where it is, and like where you put an arena says a lot about who you're trying to attract. The neighborhood in San Fran that arena is in, the location that it is in.
See,
people with some pockets is going to those games, brother. They're spending money in that arena.
No, that is crazy. You telling me after I built you an arena that's not printing money after the 15 years on my back, I had the city on my
prices
back.
Is up.
And you tell me you're gonna give me the minimum? Hell no.
They've been selling that arena out even though they've sucked the last 2 years.
Alan might have a point.
I'm not as good as I used to be. But y'all, I made y'all this rich off of like my NBA career. Nah, man.
And if we grown men, and me and you are Steph and Clay, and I come to you and I say that like dog on some man business shit, like they gotta run me this bread, bro.
Exactly.
As another grown man, you can't be like on some loyalty, tell him to take that cut. We saw what happened when D Wade did that.
4 championships.
We saw what happened when D Wade did that off the strength.
4 championships. And like, what's like it was 6 finals appearances, 4 championships, 6 finals appearances. Franchises don't get that. The Warriors are a dynasty. If I help build this dynasty, you gotta take care of me. That's how I feel.
I feel like as Steph as a brother's loyalty,
I might be right.
Like basketball aside, if you're my brother, I'm riding with you to get your coin in every situation, bro. Because your coin doesn't come at the expense of my coin. Put this basketball aside for you and your family, bro. I want you to get your bag. I got my bag already, right? Like
Clay will be making a mistake though, because I believe the Warriors would offer him market value.
All right, let's get off the Warriors then and think about other examples, right? Because we the decisions haven't been made yet. We're hypothesizing whether or not Steph may do something if in the possibility the Warriors run certain things by him, which we would hope they do, but we know sometimes it doesn't always go that way. Let's look at decisions that have been made in the past, right? Player to player loyalty, running with your ops. In other contexts, is it ever okay to run with your ops? Mr. Flossie himself, is it ever okay to link up with the ops?
Hey, don't do that. I'm a civilian. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But you're privy. You're privy. Is it ever okay to link with the ops?
Maybe that's the only contract I can get.
In a peacekeeping situation, of course. Don't mix me with that.
Alan, Mr. Jersey.
You're.
Is it ever okay to link with the ops? Is there ever a scenario where it's okay to link with the ops?
I'm gonna say, yeah. There's a couple scenarios. Mainly if that's maybe that's the only offer you getting. If I'm in the NBA, then I gotta do what I gotta do. You gonna stop me from getting my money? I'm just gonna retire after that. You know what I mean?
I'll say this though, right?
What was the best situation? You're in the twilight of your career.
Do we have ops in common? That's my question.
It's the NBA, so like how
ops.
How oppy?
You're with gang. Gang has ops. You go link with those ops. Is that ever okay?
On NBA terms,
right about that.
On NBA terms, like
Kobe would never.
Ops, like
never.
When I really think about it,
Kobe would never.
Here's the one scenario where I would give a pass to that. If gang violated you and ops held it down. Not even if ops held it down. If gang violated you, now we're ops. So ops is gonna link with ops.
See, here's my thing, right?
If you turn me into an op, don't be mad if I form up like Voltron with other ops.
Man, we're all children of God anyway. We gotta relax.
No, but that's the only scenario. That's the only scenario. If they violated you, bonds of loyalty are broken. I'm an op myself, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So then it's valid. Other than that,
I say this. If you're old and it's like you're not. All right, you're going to bring up some examples, right? In all those,
we're talking about Ray Allen signing with the Miami Heat.
All right,
that
was crazy. That was crazy.
The year after the Heat eliminated the Celtics and ended the Celtics' dominance.
That was crazy.
Conference.
That was crazy.
That was wild. That was very. I see why KG and Paul Pierce had smoke for him for years.
Didn't he give him money with the Celtics too?
Yes.
I don't know about those particulars. Does money matter in that situation, though?
A little bit.
Money always.
Because Ray Allen, they won. We're talking about Steph and Draymond, who've done 6 finals, 4 chips together, and played the whole career together. Ray Allen was there for 4 seasons, and they won 1 chip. So how high of a standard of loyalty are we even holding Ray
KD
Allen
before KD? Come on now.
See,
that's the real question. How long do you have to be for loyalty to kick in?
End of your career is the only time when it's acceptable. Yes.
But let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. He went to the Celtics to chase rings. Are we really surprised that he went to the Heat to continue to chase rings?
But the thing is, he chased rings.
He was traded.
He was traded to the Celtics?
Yep. Mm-hmm. The big 3 in the Celtics was created by trade. Everyone forgets that point.
Oh, you're talking about you were right. Absolutely. Yes. But the thing is that chip was a special chip to the city. It was special to the people to the team, the teammates. It was a special ring. They were in battles. LeBron, not just the Heat. LeBron was the ops. It wasn't just the Heat. It was
their
favorite
op, one might say.
Yes,
they're still ops, by the way. They're still ops, by the way.
No, Paul and KG are fully not Bron ops anymore.
No, Paul Pierce still might be.
Paul Pierce yesterday morning called Bron king.
No, he did not.
Say that.
No, he
literally yesterday morning.
I watched the whole thing. He said, "I'm his biggest critic, but if he can do this, maybe all right."
That's not what he said, bro. That's not what he said, bro.
That is what he said. I watched the whole thing this morning.
Paul Pierce gives like props, but it's like hater props. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
but he's been on a progression all year.
Compliments.
He's been up on a progression all year, and yesterday he was at a. You could feel it coming out of him when he was like, "Yo, honestly, like he's slowly working himself there, and he has been because KG's
it's hurting him
because KG's there. KG's been there since this year. When Bron got the record.
Yeah,
KG was like, I can't like
KG been
Lord, dip, Lord, 39.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I studied the field, man.
Well,
that was actually really good, KG.
But the thing is, though, Ray Allen was a big contributor. Think about this. Really think about this, right? I don't think they were mad. I think they were mad that he went there, but I think what really set them off is when he hit that shot in Game 6.
Why do you think that's what made him mad?
LeBron's legacy wouldn't even be a legacy.
Yo, but bro, you don't think they're madder than the fact that they had to play them again the next year, and so he was literally directly going against them? Like he literally switched teams. Like
I remember that game.
They would not last year, and the next year we're playing again, and you're on the other team now.
I remember they didn't even acknowledge him that game. It was straight. It was
no
straight.
daps,
They didn't have any acknowledge
like,
no daps. It was crazy. They really had smoke for him.
So we who ran this conference, we couldn't get past them for their first time. LeBron beats us for the first time, and the first time he beats us, instead of trying to come back and get him back, you go up. Well, I'm gonna go roll with him now.
So going back to the earlier point, Pharaoh, you said that they only had like 4 years together. So how much loyalty did he really owe them? That showed me that actions behind that shows me that they were closer than just the 4 years, because it was really hurt behind that.
What we've learned since, if you didn't already know, Paul Pierce and KG have been friends since childhood.
Yes, that's a fact. I didn't.
So is it a case that they tried to impose what their relationship is onto the whole team, right? Because Ray Allen's like, hey, I get that y'all are brothers. I was on this team for 4 years.
Let's not forget Rondo, though.
Yeah, I was saying, but the whole team has spoke with him.
I know, but who spearheaded it? Who spearheaded it?
Good point.
But that is the culture, though. They spearheaded the culture.
Where does the culture come from? It comes from the fact that they're boys since teens.
Right, but it doesn't matter.
Do I, as Ray Allen, have to conform to that when I don't know y'all like that? Like
who said he didn't? Who said he didn't? We don't know.
We do know. We not tight like that. They didn't know him like that. They talk. They like.
Or maybe he said, "All right, business is business."
No, but we know for a fact he wasn't friends with them in childhood.
Like, because he said, yes, I don't care about that part, because at the end of the day,
I think that matters though, because that's the kind of loyalty that the two of them are operating on. They stayed together almost for the rest of their career.
I think the whole team had that type of bond, though.
But it came from them.
But the team had the bond, and once you put that type of relationship and energy onto the whole team, and that's the type of atmosphere you're creating, if you're in that, fully involved in that, then it is what it is at that point. And that's why I'm a grown
man that has had my own life. Just because I'm rolling with y'all, I get that y'all is gang, but I don't know y'all like that. I'm not saying I believe
mentality for a teammate.
I'm just saying what he might have been. I'm saying what he might have been thinking.
No, Alan's right.
Y'all are crib buddies. Y'all been like this out the womb. I get it. That's how y'all rocking. I was rolling with y'all. I get that the energy that we had came from the fact that that's where y'all at with it. That don't mean I was like we not like that.
No, forget that. We won a chip together. Forget that. Forget all that. We won a chip together.
Some people get zero.
Some people have zero and they stay loyal. They stay 10 toes down. I don't want to hear that. We were just talking about how Draymond's career is extended because of all the trips to the final. One trip to the final and you beat the GOAT. That's brother.
Well, not one trip, but yeah.
No. I mean one chip.
Oh no, they went one. They did 2 trips. Yeah, they did 2 trips.
One chip where you beat the GOAT. Nah, we're brothers. We did something that no one's ever done.
Listen, you say
I don't put no credence in the fact that he doesn't have the same relationship with those guys that some of them have with each other. Like that, you don't think that plays in at all? That he should be held to the same standard of loyalty that they're holding each other to when they have a much deeper relationship?
If he wanted to leave and go to like the Thunder or someone out west or whatever, or a lesser team,
they would have.
But they wouldn't care. They wouldn't care.
Let me put it to you this way, Dre, and we can keep this light. We don't got to get heavy with
the only team. Sorry,
Dre, do you think I owe you the same loyalty that Allen owes you in life?
What do you mean the same?
Do you think I owe you the same? Would you hold me to the same level of the same standard of loyalty that you would hold Allen, who is your literal family?
No, but also
right, you wouldn't.
Wait, hold on, wait, but also kind of yeah, because we've been boys for half a decade, more than a decade, honestly.
We've been boys for a long time.
Loyalty, though. See, that's a hard question.
I like the point. So you feel, Paul, loyalty is absolute. There's no levels.
No. That's not true. I think there are levels to loyalty, but it's hard to compare to this because, like, what other forms of loyalty? Like, it does.
When I've literally been friends with you before we were even in the NBA.
Wait. Hold on. Wait a second. Right? Because you said when it comes to my money and my business, nothing comes before. Because think about this, right?
Unless we're like this, bro.
Pharaoh.
But actually,
wait. Let me say this quick, Andre. Quick. Ray Allen got his own family.
Right.
Paul Pierce got his own family. KG got his own family. They have obligations to their families over each other.
For money.
Right.
He didn't go to Boston for money.
What you mean he didn't go to Boston?
He didn't go to Miami for money.
No, he went to Miami to win. And Pharaoh, to answer your question,
that helps his legacy, which then helps him in life.
I didn't say the same rules apply for legacy. I said a bag. I said if we two grown men and we brothers, I could put my feelings aside for you to get your bag because I need you to take care of your family. I don't know if I feel the same about you and legacy, bro.
Listen,
I don't know if I feel the same way. I don't. How do y'all?
Wait.
Legacy and bags are linked.
Can I say this to go back? Maybe you don't owe me the same legacy that Alan does because we are literally brothers. But you damn sure owe me the same legacy, the same loyalty that Paul does. You damn sure owe me that.
Yeah, no, I feel that. What I'm saying is, you and Alan was KG and Paul, and I was Ray Allen.
No,
They were literally brothers, bro. They was friends since they was 12 years old, bro. Ray Allen,
you said grown men business is grown men business when it comes to money.
But it's different when you didn't meet the person when you was grown.
That man doesn't come over their families, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Their children and their wives and baby mothers and all of that.
That's a fact.
If you meet at a certain age and remain friends, you are family, bro.
No, we're them. But we're talking about.
You're not the
we're
wife.
We're talking about Ray Allen, though. We're talking about Ray Allen.
That's why I'm trying to give some bail to Ray. Like, they were holding him to a standard that they had between each other, which is way deeper of a relationship than he had with them.
But there's still an expectation of loyalty. Just like I said, there's an expectation of loyalty.
You think the move violates even the shallower standard of loyalty that he had?
We're not even talking about shallow. We're talking about a step down because, like I said, the standard, when you go on a crazy run, have you ever been on a crazy trip with somebody and you're like, wow, I can't believe we did that. We're brothers for life now.
Sir, I joined a certain organization in college.
Right, exactly. So I know. That's why I said it. That's why I said it.
Having certain experiences that bond you for life.
Would you ever switch up on any of those brothers in that organization? No.
I've had to.
Oh nah. Wait.
I've had to. Based on their actions.
Okay, that's different.
Loyalty, the limits of loyalty can be tested to a boundary, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's certain behaviors, there's certain decisions
hold
on, let me just say this for public airways. There's certain decisions and behaviors you can't stand by.
That's a fact.
Right.
No matter what. Period.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I agree with you. And to more so, none of those behaviors or actions were present in that decision.
Right. No, right. I'm just saying for the sake of the point.
That we know of. That, hey, you're right. That we know. We don't know what's happening in the Celtics locker room.
Right. For the sake of the point. No, they did fight. We do know that. We do know KG, Paul, and Ray had a fight. Like a real fight. And Rondo. In the locker room. We know that for a fact. They've talked about
Rondo's scrappy. I feel like he might have come out on top of that.
He a Kentucky boy.
Jump on a man's back and start.
Jump on KG's back.
With some hands, bro. With some big old hands.
Yeah, that's a fact. One smack.
Wow.
Yo, on the floor.
Open palm.
Facts.
Pow.
Facts.
Nah, but Ray Allen didn't have to go to the Heat like that, man.
No,
honestly,
he could have went somewhere else.
He could have went somewhere else. He was
the only other team he could. The only other team he couldn't have gone to was the Lakers. Everyone else is fair game.
Okay, here's another example.
How would you feel, Viral, if you went to the Lakers?
Who?
If Ray Allen went to the Lakers, do you think that they're justified in having beef with him?
Yeah, you're a bozo.
Oh, but so people go
to but if he wants to Heat,
bozo.
Okay.
No, I don't think it's okay. I was just trying to I didn't want to just all of us just sit on the he's a bozo side. I want to present what he could have been thinking, right? Like he could have been thinking because
in the same cloth.
I don't agree with this application of the thought in this scenario, but I do feel like there is a distinction. Like, if I join a friend group with two dudes that have been friends mad long, like, bro, I'm not. You can't hold me to the loyalty that y'all two. Like, we not that, bro. I just met y'all. Like,
Listen,
for example,
we're not
like
taking blood oaths, but I'm not going to stab you in the back.
If y'all's like this, and I've been friends with y'all for 2 years, and there's something that you want us all to do that I'm not okay with, like, you can't hit me with some, nah, we brothers, you gotta ride. Like, you can hit him with that, because that's your man's. Bro, I just met you 2 years ago, bro. You can't ask me to do that, bro. Like, I don't know you like that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that principle does apply in some situations, not this one, though.
I don't believe that Ray Allen and KG are the only ones that had a problem with it. That's why I say what I say about, like, I don't think them knowing each other since they were kids has much to do with it. Because I think it was a Celtics brotherhood. I think that 08 championship team is a Celtics brotherhood. It's not a Paul Pierce KG.
Are you frozen?
He is, but let's move on. All right, another example, something Kevin Durant talked about, something we talked at length about, but here's another angle to examine it, because that's what we do at Fast Breaks. We dissect. Kevin Durant talked about how, from a leadership standpoint, he wasn't developed yet to have stepped in to stop the James Harden trade. Do we feel like there's a loyalty analysis to that decision? The fact that he let the organization trade James because they didn't want to give him the bag.
No, because he's right. He was like 24 at the time, and clearly James Harden didn't have a problem with it because they link up in the future. So I don't know if there's a loyalty aspect to that one.
Okay, but now we follow the relationship. What did James do to him in Brooklyn?
All right, now that was
James did him dirty.
James did him dirty. James did him dirty.
Is it dirty though when we think about what their history is?
No, it's not dirty.
In this,
because you didn't say nothing when OKC got rid of me when I wanted the bag.
If I'm being honest, I don't know if Kevin Durant was the leader in Oklahoma City.
Also, let's not forget, when that happened, KD and Harden had like some beef that is not resolved.
Yes, that's true.
Like, we never act like at the All-Star game they didn't have static.
Honestly, man, I don't think
I think the Nets dirty, bro.
Very much so.
There is no loyalty in sports today. What you're talking about with the Nets happened in this era. You know, it wasn't that long ago. So
why did KD feel away?
KD probably felt away because he's trying to win. I told you about KD. He's just trying to win chips by all
any means necessary.
Yeah, so he's like, you're leaving.
But he
now I don't have another superstar.
He wants a lot of superstars. Though.
I think it's linked to that
especially because KD hopped out the window first and re-signed after apparently the three of them had talked that summer and said we're all going to re-sign, and he did immediately. James did not, and then James asked for a trade to the ops, mind you.
It's a fact.
Not really the ops.
Not like blood ops, but like to the same conference, to the same division.
It would have been worse if he went to the
same division, bro.
I don't think the same division.
KD, listen, KD's got loyalty to himself.
Forget the organization, bro. We three had a conversation.
That's right.
It's like us starting this podcast. We all said we're gonna do this podcast. We do the podcast. We all sign a contract. Allen doesn't sign the contract. He keeps saying that he's gonna sign it, and then we catch him on. I'm not even gonna name another basketball podcast, and we catch him on.
We find him on Breaks Fast podcast.
Breaks Fast, and also streams every Saturday morning.
That's foul.
Yeah, but at the same time, honestly, I think that the initial contract or initial agreement was made under like I don't like the pretenses that was made under anyway. They all this teaming up. I don't like it. So it's
but put your dislike of it aside. Is it foul? Like, if we have a conversation, the three of us said we're gonna re-sign here. That's why we all facilitated our ways getting here. I'm Kevin Durant. I'm the leader of this supposedly. So I do it first. I go sign my extension. the offer was on the table for James in the summer too.
And on top of that,
And
James wanted out of Houston, and you told the organization, "Go get my boy. He wants to come play for a championship." So KD asked him to come. Asked the
You want to go to
organization,
Philly anyway?
huh?
No, he did.
You want to go to
But,
Philly first?
but him and KD had a conversation.
Exactly.
He's like, "Yo, so we was talking. You came here. We said we was gonna sign the extension and we was gonna run this. The extension was on the table. I signed mine. You looked at yours for 4 months, and then you asked for a trade to a division rival."
This is what I'll say, right? You could say it's foul, but I think a bigger point to me is if you're KD, you shouldn't even be surprised because you kind of have the same mentality as Harden anyway. I'm not happy. I'm gone. It is what it is.
Mid-season.
I'm not happy. I'm gone. That's the mentality. They're not sticking through, and they don't have no allegiance to a franchise, to a city.
Forget the franchise.
Hold on. They don't have an allegiance to the franchise, to the city. So the allegiance to each other is not going to surpass that because who said they're? I don't think they're cool like how PG and I mean Paul Pierce.
No, they're not cool in terms of relationship. But there's also loyalty that's created by an agreement. Like if we have a conversation and we say to each other, "This is what we're gonna do," and you don't do it,
you're a fraud.
You're a fraud.
Yeah,
you are a fraud.
You're fake.
But we know. Right. Here's the thing. I don't think James Harden even needs to be in this conversation because him and KD are the same cloth. And quiet as kept, the only person.
Who did KD say? Who did KD tell he was going to do something he didn't do?
Westbrook
for sure.
He did not tell Westbrook he was resigning.
What did he say, Westbrook?
He actually famously didn't talk to Westbrook that whole summer.
That's why Westbrook was tight.
That's why he was tight. He was more tight. You didn't say anything to me than leaving.
Okay, fact. There was no agreement, but at the same time, I think that
there's an unwritten agreement.
Right.
We went to the finals.
Right.
We're that team. Yeah. We are one step away from creating something special.
Okay,
here.
But that's not interesting. Like we all know that move was unloyal. Like that's obvious.
The only person James Harden is loyal to in this league is himself and low key Russell Westbrook. That's it.
High key, but you know what? They're actually friends.
They are like KG.
Yeah.
That's a fact. They're like KG and Kevin Garnett. They're probably. I wouldn't be surprised if they run together for the rest of their career. They were trying to do it in Houston, but they came up with that excuse.
They're self-proclaimed best friends.
Yes, they are.
So does this all kind of play in? Let's go conspiracy theorists for a second. AD says nothing, letting Harden get traded. Then you dip on me. Right? When I leave, I go link up with James in Houston.
I've never linked up with you again. I have never linked up with you again.
I go link up with James in Houston. But then when I get traded on some bull, you try to go get James again. Right? James, after stuff looks funny, says, nope, KD, I know you. I'm out of here. And he dips. And where does he end up finding himself back?
Back with Russ.
Back with my Brody. So is that what it is? Is it revealed that KD's snakeness has actually been fought against by the Russ James friendship this whole time?
Of course it has.
Wait, repeat that question.
Of course it has.
Does James and Russ's relationship actually highlight KD's lack of loyalty to the both of them the most? The fact that the way they continuously try to link up.
No, I think him going to the Warriors highlights that the most.
But let's put all of it. I don't think we think about the path of all three of them in like as a narrative. Like think about it as a continuous thing. Right?
I do.
Like, KD says nothing and lets Harden get traded. Then you leave.
KD says nothing and dips.
Then dips. When I leave OKC, where do I immediately go? I go link with my boy Harden, right? When they trade me and violate me, you come back around and try to poach James again, right? So you poach James, but then stuff looks funny in the light. So James does what you do and he dips on you. And then where does James end up finding himself again? Back with the Brody. So I'm saying, does James and Russ's behaviors around KD reveal how they feel about KD's loyalty, and does it show that their loyalty to each other is something to be commended?
Yeah, I agree.
Because you wasn't trying to pull James when I was with him.
I agree.
No, he was trying to pull James when he was with him.
And if you were, is that even more foul?
That's
so I linked back up with James, and now you want to come around. You already got Kyrie, who, by the way, you pulled from an iconic duo, mind you.
He wasn't with an iconic duo at that point.
Kyrie wasn't winning, not at the time.
No, he pulled him from the Celtics, who he was unhappy
I know,
with.
Not at the time, but you see what I'm saying.
Kyrie was leaving that.
KD looking at that duo, talking about, must be nice.
KD, let's be honest, KD is the most unloyal player in the NBA.
Was KD dirty macking Kyrie the whole time?
Yes.
Nah. I think Kyrie was recruiting KD the whole time.
Nah.
I think they were recruiting each other.
Yeah.
I think they were recruiting each other because remember what Kyrie said? In another life, I was you.
I'm not jacking that.
In another life, I was you.
I'm not jacking that. Kyrie and Bron was like that. I'm not believing any narrative that says they wasn't like that. That Chris Paul trade rumor hurt Kyrie's feelings. I don't care what he says.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah, which rumor?
They would the Cavs are going to trade Kyrie for Chris Paul, and that's why he asked for a trade.
Right. Oh, for real? I didn't hear that rumor.
Yeah, I low-key remember that.
The Cavs are going to trade Kyrie for Chris Paul.
Was it Chris Paul or Paul George? I heard the Paul George.
Chris Paul. Paul George was after. Paul George was after the 18 season when they had Isaiah Thomas. When he had that terrible team that he dragged to the finals, they were going to go get Paul George after that. But the Thunder swooped in. And the Pacers was not about to send someone to their division rival.
Facts.
Because no one does that.
I think that Kyrie really did believe that he could be the man.
No, he talked himself into bro. The way you got to remember when the 17 finals ended and LeBron was distraught, who was the main person consoling him, telling him, "Don't worry, we coming right back"?
Kyrie.
Kyrie had LeBron around, and he's smaller than him. He had his arm around Bron and was tapping Bron's chest like, "Don't worry, we coming right back. It's okay. They got one. They teamed up on us. That's fine. We coming right back."
Yeah, but
Bron and Kyrie was really like that, bro.
I think Bron and Kyrie had.
Bron was hurt when Kyrie had requested for the trade.
Yeah, he was tight.
He was.
Bron Loki is still hurt behind that.
I think Kyrie.
He's been trying to get him back for years.
I think Kyrie thought that they were going to be good regardless because he felt like I could be the man, and I'm with another guy that could be the man. So we still be all right. I think that's what he heard.
They was trying to get Chris Paul,
and then he said, "All right, I'm out because I could be the man still."
That's right, that was like the secondary reason.
Yes.
The first reason was like, oh, word, like
yes.
Because and come back to loyalty. Oh, so I'm not really your man's. You want your man's. Coming back to these relationships in the NBA.
There is no loyalty.
So we not like that. You want your man's. Oh, okay, copy. Nah, okay, cool. I'm gonna go roll with my man's then. Bet if that's what we doing.
And that's what LeBron did. He went to the one person who the one active player who was with him the two active players that were with him on the 2012 Olympic team, Russ and AD.
Can I say something? I'm not gonna hold you. I can't hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. I like these younger generation of players like 95, 96 and younger to the 2000s because these guys are not teaming up like that. This teaming up thing, I don't care what, but it's whack.
Whoa. They're all still on their rookie deals. We don't know what they're gonna do when it's free agency time. We don't know. They haven't had the opportunity yet.
Regardless,
you're gonna eat those words. Maybe,
but right now,
Booker is. Booker is.
Gonna see
Beal is.
Jalen Green and Wembanyama.
Booker is like the one. He's like the one. Like, and he's not doing anything either. All these guys are trying to be the best
We
that they
don't
could be
know yet.
and make sure that they have role players around right
We
now.
don't
Right now.
know
Right
yet.
now.
We're gonna
We're
see.
about
We're
to
gonna
find
see.
out. Yeah,
We're gonna see.
We're gonna find out this summer.
Their
Actually,
7th and 8th, yeah, their 7th and 8th years are coming up. We're about to find out.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
But right now, I enjoy this because those are the teams that are the best teams right now. The teams where everybody's teaming up, they're not.
Yo.
They're not saying nothing right now. The NBA, they're not doing anything.
One more example to end it. To use a lot of names we've used. Watch how I tie this all together. Ron, CP3, and Rondo. Now let's talk about real smoke. On an NBA floor, is your loyalty to your teammate or your man's?
I remember that. We talk about the bubble.
No, not even the bubble.
Uh,
In 2018, when Chris Paul was a Rocket and Rondo was a Laker, and they got into smoke.
Oh, right.
And the crazy thing about it is Melo was on the floor at the time too.
Yes.
So Rondo could have got jumped.
Nobody jumping anybody in there.
Melo grabbed Rondo. Bron grabbed CP and held him back.
Yes, I remember that.
Loyalty analysis. What say y'all?
I'm doing that too. If that's my man,
my teammate and my man's getting to smoke on the court,
you can't fight your man. That's crazy. Like, I know that's my teammate, but you can't fight him. You gotta just hold him back, just like Brown did. What else can you do in that situation? You gonna square up with him?
should you be holding your teammate back?
You said Melo already holding Rondo back, though, right?
That's what's so funny. Bron and Melo are right there, and their big 6'9" selves. All they did was just start reaching in, trying to pull these little guards.
Yes. It
was the funniest thing ever, bro.
Yes.
Like two little. It was like two pit bulls pulling apart two cats. You ever see those videos where like there's like a bunch of street cats and dogs, and the cats start fighting, and the dogs are having none of it. And the dogs start pulling the cats apart and barking. That's exactly what happened, bro. Bron and Melo was like, hold on.
But it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that because Bron and Rondo were ops. Bron regularly pulls his ops. And it's like, you want to
stole that move from Kobe.
He said you want to. Kobe doesn't. Who is Kobe's
Matt
real
Barnes.
ops?
Matt Barnes, Ron Artest.
I don't think Ron Artest was his ops like that. Not like that.
I'll pull up a video for you. What?
Ron Artest was up.
Y'all didn't watch the 2009 playoffs, clearly.
No, I did. They were ops. I don't know. I don't know if they were the same. Like, you can be ops, but like there's a level to ops.
They elbowed each other in the throat.
Kobe would do that to his homies. That's good competition.
Yo.
True, but they wasn't cool. Ron Artest almost choked him out. He got thrown out of a playoff game.
D Wade dead, bro. Kobe's nose, and Kobe said good shit, bro.
Well, no, they're really mans. They're really mans in real life. So what do you say about that beef though? Alan said, "Yeah, I'm holding back my mans."
I'm holding back my mans too, my real mans.
But hold on, him holding CP back kind of let Rondo get off on him. Like who do you feel you have to protect, and what are you doing to protect them? If you feel like you have to protect CP, is your protection move grabbing him and pulling him back?
I don't know. I stand in front because,
or is your protection move going and pushing Rondo off of him?
He couldn't push him because that's his teammate. So the only thing he could do,
pushing his teammates.
I mean, he could have stood between them. But we just talked about how scrappy Rondo
in
is.
Typical Bron fashion, did the most neutral thing possible.
I think he did.
But then he consoled CP afterwards and like walked with him. Do you remember that? Like he had his arm around CP. CP had to tell him to get off at a certain. Remember that? Like CP at a certain, he was like, "All right, yeah, like I'm good, like bro, like relax, like."
That's his man's man. It go deeper than teammates, I guess.
That's the godfather to your kids.
Exactly.
and
Go
he's
deeper
playing
than
other
teammates.
team,
That's his man.
and the
So
two teams getting the smoke. Like
I think Bron did the neutral thing in that position.
Brandon Ingram and Melo squared up. What do you do in that situation?
Oh, I don't remember that.
In the same fight.
Oh, yes, you're right. Because he was coming out those. Yeah.
Brandon Ingram and Melo squared up. What are you doing then? And if you
Yeah,
brought, you know Melo. You know Melo too. You know
Baltimore.
What's LeBron's loyalty to Brandon Ingram?
Teammates.
That's my teammate.
Brandon Ingram. Oh yeah, forgot he was on the Lakers. I forgot.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Man, this young buck, you need to relax, bro. He's gonna mess you up. Melo, is going to mess you up, young buck.
Same thing you did, but I don't think he. It depends. It also depends like what position you are, like in relativity to like everyone's like where are you? Are you closest to Brandon Ingram? Are you closest to Melo? Because he got so much time to process all this information.
Usually when I'm playing basketball, I don't even look at person. I look at jersey.
It's a fact.
Whoever is not in my jersey is ops. But that's why it's tough because you looking at jersey, then you look up and you see that headband. You're like, oh wait, that's my brother.
That's a fact.
I saved his life.
That's my man's.
I dead saved his life one time.
Our dad has saved his life is crazy.
He did. Bron saved Melo's life.
Melo would have drowned.
Melo almost drowned, and Bron jumped in the water and saved him.
That's not funny.
Yeah, Batman couldn't get the information out of me. Melo told
Melo
told that story so willingly.
No, because if you saved my life, I'm singing your praise forever, bro. Forget ego. You saved my life, dog. You saved my life, though. That's not like, oh, you lent me some money when I was down bad. Like,
I feel you.
You saved my life, bro. Like if you loan me like $100 or you loan me a couple thousand when I was down bad, I might keep that one to myself. Like we could just rock out and we know you saved my life, bro. No, I might say that every time we together, bro. Like yo, you saved my life, bro.
Yo, bro, this guy, that's funny.
Saved my life, All right, anything else before we get on out of here?
Man, they better give Clay a contract.
None of these dudes are fighting for real. They are all friends, and if they're not friends, they are teammates.
They're not all friends. They are not all friends.
Yeah, and the ones who are not friends, they are teammates. Patrick Beverly is an example. He's linked up with all his ops. So
but out of his control though, which is the hilarious thing. Like he hasn't had he's had no say in it. They just keep trading him to his ops.
It's a fact.
They love it. They love the joke.
They low key trying to line him, bro.
Not even low key. It's on public display.
Trying to line him, dog.
It's on public display. For sure,
it does feel like a running joke.
Any other last feelings, last sentiments?
Listen, Kobe's the GOAT. That's all I gotta say. We didn't even get to go there.
The crazy thing is, I agree with you, but now even I'm beginning to get fatigued of it.
You know what we need?
Like I didn't think there was another display of Kobe fandom that could make me annoyed with it.
Here we are.
Like, I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think it was possible.
Here we are.
Actually, that's not true. I did know for a fact there are certain categories of Kobe fans that I do not like.
How many different categories of Kobe fans are there?
There's
few.
me.
A few.
He considers me the irrational one, but that's
the ones that make us look bad.
Listen,
we need a fast breaks face off, 1-on-1.
Kobe face off.
No, like the bait face off on live. Andre versus Rowe.
I'd actually rather like two LeBron fans or two Jordan fans try to debate the two of us against Kobe being the GOAT. I think that would be much more compelling.
They're not
Fast Breaks fans, put in the comments if you and your mans are Bron GOAT people or Jordan
Yo,
GOAT people.
actually, I love this.
And you want to try to debate the two biggest Kobe fans you ever met in your life.
Yo,
live on Fast Breaks, we can get it done, baby. I'll put a bag on a little.
We got a disclaimer. We actually do this for a living.
A purse, not a.
You're putting a purse on it.
Put a money
not
on
a Goyard. A little, maybe some Calvin Klein.
Put any money on it is gonna be crazy because who's gonna determine who's winning? How you determine who's winning?
We'll give you some VC at it. We'll give you some
fan vote, obviously. Fan vote.
It's a fact.
All right. Make sure these fans are.
All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us once again for another week. We appreciate you. This has been Fast Breaks. Drink your water. We out.
Cat pause out.
Well, since we're still here, let me just say this.
Oh my God. Right. Oh, I thought
Right. They got a little bonus content.
Right.
Come on. It's Fast Breaks. Listen. We back with another one.
Fast breaks, yeah, we coming with the takes. Never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights. Man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands. We run 3-man weeks, Paul, Dre, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan. We got love for the game. We don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm the run the fast break. Throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break. Throw me the outlet.